Ladies and gentlemen, this is Maestro Paul Geraci, fencing master with the International Academy of Arms. At the 2022 Ascalon Sword Festival, we're about to see the gold medal bout in the Y8 mixed foil competition. On the left, we have Nathan Zhou, the Bluegrass Fencers Club, and on the right, Leander Desereanno from the Renaissance Fencing Club. With me in the booth is my colleague, Dr. Joseph Streb, 16-time world team member and 5-time national champion.
Well, Maestro Geraci, we're about to begin this. This is a 10-touch bout. There will be a break here at either the expiration of 3 minutes or when a fencer gets 5 touches.
Correct. There's a parry riposte.
Desereanno attacks into preparation. It doesn't hit, gets hit on the continuation. Desereanno showing himself to be the more aggressive fencer, firing off the line. There he gets a remise. First one parried, no riposte, hits the remise, ties it up. Zhou coming forward this time. Desereanno trying to duck and counterattack. Zhou with the remise. Y8, the targets are so small, Paul, that sometimes they just miss, and it's all about the remising.
Yeah. Desereanno just finding his range is what he's got to do. Just finding that right distance to make that point stick correctly. And there's the attack into the preparation. That's off target.
Looked like a riposte from Desereanno off target there. There's a classic remise, and one of them finally gets the point on Desereanno. And he takes the lead.
Absolutely. Remise.
Desereanno has a nice initial attack off the line. He tends to go low with it. There's a replacement by Zhou. Ties it up, 3-3.
We're actually seeing a lot of infighting for a Y8 competition here. And there's a
long attack.
There's a long attack, yeah.
That lands.
Nice lunge from Desereanno. He tries it again, but it's parried. Riposte is off target.
Desereanno fencing with a French grip foil. Interesting. You don't see a lot of that these days. That time he was short and got hit with a counterattack. It's all tied up.
Right, and it's 4-4.
Desereanno just missed on that one light. Zhou gets the touch, and now a 1 minute break.
And now we'll take a 1 minute break, and both fencers going back, talking to their coaches. Both have very good coaches. Particularly Mr. Zhou.
Yes. Yes, that's Amgad Kazbak over there, who happens to be the coach of the Olympic gold medalist from Lexington, Kentucky, in women's foil. So, yeah.
So I wonder what kind of advice he has.
Well, you know, I'm sure it's a little different than what he would give one of his Olympic fencers, because as a Y8, I'm sure they just can't do some of the actions. I know they can't do some of the actions that his top fencers can do. But still, he's a good coach, and I'm sure he's just coaching to, what his fencers can do. And the advice here, I mean, he's got to be telling them, Mr. Desereanno has that long attack off the line, so take a little step forward, then step back, parry that first action, then try to hit a riposte on it.
I think one of my best advices I ever gave for foil was just hit the shiny thing.
Well, you can do that too.
And here they go.
Well, Desereanno just missed on that one, got hit with the counterattack. Let's see if Zhou is stepping back. Yes, he is.
There's a
riposte. Did exactly the action we talked about.
That was, you called it, Joe.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, that was the obvious coaching point there, and he executed it.
There's the attack.
Kind of did it again there. Our fencing official wasn't sure on that. I saw that as Desereanno's. Desereanno came forward. Zhou parried, missed the initial riposte, and I thought it was a remise. They're checking the video in this. Our fencing officials are checking the video now.
It's got to be quite a moment for these young athletes who are in waiting for the judgment of a replay and have such a big crowd around them. It's a big moment for them.
Yes, and you know, with the advent of video replay, we see a lot of this, you know, breaks in the action. Okay, it's not that much different than we see in a lot of other sports.
Right.
You know, football, for example, where there's so many timeouts for commercials, and we see it in other sports too. So, you know, but sometimes what happens is the fencing officials will get into debates over these things, and it can get a little technical. They can. Here's the call, and they see it as we initially thought it should be called.
Right. So
it took a long time to make that call. Maybe
the repost from the left was no, and the remise from the right arrives, and it is a touch for the right.
Well,
and
Mr.
there's another
Zhou goes with the straight attack. He misses and gets hit with a counter. 6-6.
6-6. Desereanno attacks.
Desereanno with that long attack that time and missed. His clip has come off his lame. He's going to have to get that back on there.
He asks for some assistance from the referee, who's happy to help. And they're going to test the weapons real quick just to make sure everything's still functioning, and it is.
Well, let's see if Desereanno tries that same long attack again. I mean, he came really fast off the line. He's slowing down a little bit with his footwork, but still stepping into it with the long attack. So our offensive official saw that as initial attack, no, then off target.
No, he's calling it.
And yeah, Desereanno wants that reviewed.
I think the referee called it. It was an attack from Desereanno. It was parried, and the parry was, or the riposte was off target, and then Desereanno's action was a remise. But Desereanno has asked for a replay because he does not agree with the phrasing.
I saw it the way you just described it. We'll see what our fencing officials say. Now they're wondering whether that parry was low on the blade. It was a little low on the blade, but I would have given it as a riposte off target in that situation, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I can't quite see the replay, but here comes the judge, and he'll tell us. And he says parry riposte off target.
Desereanno down by a touch. He's kind of changed up the tempo here. He's going to go back instead of doing his long attack right away, try to draw Mr. Zhou in. Then he's going to launch that attack. He did it with a duck.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have ducked, he might have got more distance on it. It might have worked.
There's a long attack.
Desereanno
It's
just
parried.
misses. Zhou with a 2-touch lead. It's a 10-touch bout. Desereanno backing up, then coming forward with that ducking counter, but again it failed.
Yeah, I think Desereanno really just has to get his target. He's got to just find his target.
I think Desereanno will just attack off the line this time. No, he's going to try to bait his opponent forward. I just saw that as an attack off target.
Yeah, I see Nathan Zhou moving with much more tempo, much more purpose. His feet are fresh.
I thought that was a correct call. Attack off target.
Yeah, I think so.
Desereanno gets that long attack to work.
He's got to be careful, though, because one more point earns Nathan Zhou the gold medal. Nathan Zhou at 9 points, 10 points to win. Zhou coming forward, makes his attack.
That's probably off target.
And it's off target. And there's the attack from Desereanno.
The long attack.
And he scores 8 fencing 9. Close
I think
bout.
he'll try the same thing. I think he's going to back up a little bit here, try to bait Zhou in, which he's doing, and then he's going to launch into him.
Zhou coming forward, makes the attack. He misses. Counterattack from Desereanno scores. It's 9-9. La Belle, the beautiful touch. Next touch wins the gold medal for the Y8 foil competition.
Desereanno going back to what he likes, and it worked. Zhou asked the video. There was a little blade contact on that, but the way things are being called now in foil, that'll be called a beat attack from the right because they're giving priority to the person moving forward on that type of an action.
Right, and so if this call is upheld, Desereanno will win the gold medal. Well, we're waiting for confirmation from the referee. And the referees are examining the video on this all-important touch.
Well, our fencing officials are having quite a debate on this. They may not agree with our interpretation. You know, in live action, it looked like insufficient blade contact, but it's seen as just the opposite.
And they reverse the call, and the touch will actually go to Nathan Zhou.
Desereanno and his coaches are not happy about this at all.
They're calling it it looks like a counter riposte, and Nathan Zhou will win the gold medal.
Yeah, well, there's some unhappiness in this one.